Using the DR leaf and lawn vacuum requires a connection between your lawn tractor's discharge deck and the DR's 8-inch hose that will channel leaves from under the mower into the leaf vacuum. This connection requires a deck adapter. Start by removing the discharge flap on your mower. Measure your mower's discharge opening to ensure that it is compatible with our deck adapter. It must be no more than 6 inches high and 19 inches wide. Next, determine whether you need our standard deck adapter or the angled deck adapter. About 90% of mowers will use the standard deck adapter. If your discharge opening is squarely on the side of the mower, like on this model, the standard deck adapter is perfect. But some mowers have a kidney-shaped discharge where the opening curves around toward the front of the mower. Openings like these will sometimes require the angled deck adapter. The standard adapter needs to ride more or less parallel with the mower. So if the discharge opening would make this position impossible with the standard deck adapter, choose the angled adapter instead. Before you can install your deck adapter, you will need to cut an opening in it that roughly matches your mower's discharge. You will need to cut in stages, taking care not to make the hole too big on the first cut. This job can be done with just a few tools. With the adapter resting on, or level with, the bottom rail of the discharge opening, mark the initial cut using the deck opening as a guide. Mark for a tight fit and plan to widen the hole later, after the initial cut. With the discharge outline fully marked, drill a starting hole for your jigsaw on the inside of the line. Add additional holes at any tight angles that would be hard to follow with your saw. Now you're ready to use the jigsaw to cut out the shape. With the initial cut made, you should have an opening that is slightly too small. Identify where you need to remove more material and gradually widen the opening until you have a good fit. Mark the bottom cut too, using the bottom rail as a guide. Note that the installation does not require an airtight fit, so don't worry about minor airspace between the discharge opening and the adapter. With your deck adapter cut to size, you are ready to install the adapter on your mower's deck. An extra pair of hands is useful for this process, but one person can manage it with a little patience. Start by ensuring that you have all the correct hardware included with your deck adapter. Use the pin and hair cotter pins to mount the hinge bracket to the bracket on your mower deck. Holding the deck adapter in place, mark the screw holes. Once the screw holes are marked, detach the hinge bracket. You will reattach it once it is mounted to the deck adapter. Drill the 4 screw holes in the deck adapter. Next, you will take a deck boot plate, put one bolt into its hole, and position the plate and bolt inside the deck adapter. Now, place the hinge plate on the top of the boot and add a lock nut by hand. Tighten the lock nut with a 1/2-inch wrench, using your other hand, inside the deck adapter, to make sure that the square collar on the bolt head is fully inserted into the square hole on the deck boot plate. Then install the other 3 bolts so the hinge plate is firmly attached to the deck adapter. Lift the adapter up and, using the pin and hair cotter pins, reattach the hinge plate to the bracket on your mower deck. Now your mower is ready for connection to the DR leaf and lawn vacuum.